Madness has begun. The NSA State Basketball Tournament kicked off this morning with boys and girls competing at the same time this year. 96 teams in the capital city in search of a state championship. We start things off in girls Class D2 and Selma going for their first ever win at state against Sterling. Just before the halftime buzzer, Macy Richardson fires a three and gets the lucky bounce off the front of the rim to put the Lady Jets up 27-15 at the break. But the Coyotes come out hot in the second half. Rayleigh Downing with a great cut off the inbounds for a bucket. Then Downing to Hadley Safranak for a fast break layup as Anselmo Murno was starting to close the gap, but Sterling was just too aggressive. Dakota Ludman fired up after a three-point play as the Lady Jets would soar to the semis, 50-33. Also in Class D2, reigning champs Humphrey St. Francis up against Dillard Odell. After halftime, Flyers pick up where they left off. Delissa Hostreiter sinks the jumper for two in a double-digits lead. And down low, Kaylee Strinken puts on the moves in the paint and banks it off the glass. Dillard Odell kept it within reach. Miley Weir steps to the side and drains the three, but Humphrey's lead was too much. Flyers advance 58-44. To Class C1, top-seeded Lincoln Lutheran taking on BRLD this morning at the Devaney. The Wolverines led most of the entire game. In the second, Jordan Snyder sinks the floater. BRLD led by 4 at half. In the third, Warriors trying to crawl their way back into this one. Jenna Luby was a huge factor. She drains the three from the corner to get within 6. Then she does it again in the fourth quarter. This one making it a 1-point game. Then with seconds left on the clock, Lutheran takes the lead. Great pass through the paint from Abby Wackel to Caitlin Oxley. BRLD can't come up with a last-minute shot as the Warriors survive and advance 33-32. Staying at the Devaney, 7-seeded Malcolm taking on number 2 North Bend. Malcolm's lead scorer, Alyssa Fortick, goes baseline and throws this one high off the glass and in. Tigers held the lead, but Clippers trying to get back into it. Fortick again gets air on this one and sinks the three, but it's not enough to stop North Bend and the Emanuel sisters. Tigers advance with the win, 61-49. Now to some Class A action at PBA between Pius and Fremont. We start things off in the third quarter. McKenna Layshock drives and kicks to Lily Hodge, who nails the triple for the Bolts. Despite good play from Pius, it was all Fremont tonight. Emily Shepard open in the corner for 3 for the Tigers. Then off a steal, Taylor McCabe goes end-to-end and finishes the fast break with a layup for Fremont. Later, it's the Iowa commit again ahead of the pack and finishing after the contact as the Tigers win it 57-41 and advance to the semis against Lincoln High. In Class A, Southwest facing Omaha Central in the quarterfinals. First quarter, Kennedy Williams turns it on. Offensive rebound turns into 3 thanks to this triple, and a great pass through the paint sets up Freddie Wallace for the easy lay-in. Southwest led by as many as 10 in the first half. They would add to it with back-to-back buckets from Brindley Christensen. And on a fast break, Williams down court gets the and one. 24 points for Williams in this one as Southwest up by 6 at half. They would turn it on in the second, 54-38 the final. And PBA was loud tonight for Lincoln High versus Bellevue East, and the Lynx came out firing. Nyawarga dropped from the corner, sinks the 3 for High's first bucket, and they weren't cooling off from 3-point range. Kiana Wiley gets the dish, and her patience pays off. Lynx up by 2. Tight-knit game the whole way, but Lincoln High kept making shots like this. Ariana Hoagland with the jumper as Lynx go on a 12-0 run to end it and get their first state win since 2000. They advance 52-41. In other girls' stores, Sterling will face Fall City Sacred Heart, who beat Wynot this morning. Lincoln Lutheran will meet Gothenburg, and Lincoln Southwest against Miller South. Over to Lincoln Northeast High School, where it's top-seeded Freeman versus 8-seeded Amherst in C2. Falcons start quick as Carter Ruse knocks in the 3. Then Tage Hadwiger spins inside and banks it for the Broncos. Second half, Hadwiger battling up the court and finds Ethan Elo open inside for Amherst as the Broncos win it. Huge upset, 53-43, advancing to the semis. Next up in Class B boys action, Waverly took on Omaha Roncalli at the Devaney Center. Pick it up in the first quarter. Brady McGill gets the Crimson started. Then Landon Tatum drives in the lane and powers it in for the Vikings. And later, Adri Heffelfinger with it on the wing, pump fakes, and then lets it fly as Waverly, they build an early lead. Despite the Crimson keep fighting here, Austin Schwartz gets open underneath and pulls it in for Roncalli as they would go on to win it 64-48, double overtime. They advance to the semifinals to face Beatrice. And last year, Class B champ Beatrice against Scottsbluff in the quarterfinals. Second quarter, Elliott Jurgens drives, and that leaves Tucker Timmerman wide open down low to lay it in. And that's what was working for the Orangemen. Down low again, but this time Timmerman has it to work for it as Beatrice goes up by 8. The Bearcats, though, caused some trouble knocking down this 3 as they led most of the second half. But Beatrice's Shelton Crawford would hit the go-ahead 3 in the final minute to win it, 38-35. And here are some boys' scores from this morning and early afternoon. Scott advances to face Platteview, and Dundee County, Stratton, and Loomis both came away with wins.